Good Monday afternoon. It is August 31st, the last day of August, and it is 4 p.m. here on the East Coast. That means the MLB trade deadline is officially hit. And we have some trades just came in right at the deadline. We will be getting to that here shortly. And we'll also be getting to some other stuff in MLB with some trades shortly also. Letting my friends know that I am live. One is, I guess, in class. That's hilarious. So comment down below, viewers, and we're going to be going live right now. So as we all know, Chadwick Boseman passed away over the weekend. He played Jackie Robinson in 42. The sports world was very sad by the passing, as were a lot of other people outside the sports world. He had been battling cancer for the past 4 years, so he shot Black Panther and other movies while he was battling cancer. It just shows you how the sorry, people are snapping me back. The impact he had in his short Hollywood career and everything. Isaiah. Sorry, people. So yeah. So now we're gonna move on to the UFC and wrestling world. There was UFC fights over the weekend, and Anthony Smith and Alexandra Reka both made weight for the light heavyweight main event this Saturday for fight night. And let's see. Ian Kutabo had to be removed from his fight due to a positive COVID-19 test. And Sean Brady won his fight in the second round due to a guillotine choke in the early second round and will remain undefeated due to that. Robbie Lawler lost his fight in a unanimous decision to Neil McGeaney. It was a historic win for him, as Lawler is one of the top fighters in UFC history in his division. It's very interesting to see that Lawler has gone down now. And we are going to see maybe what are going to be the future for this young fighter as he gets moving on in his career. There were more deaths in the sports world over the weekend also, and that included Hall of Fame basketball coach Lute Olson. He was 85. He spent 24 seasons at the University of Arizona. That included a 1997 national championship win. He had 589 wins in his career there, and 187 losses. So we are also moving into the NCAA, by the way. So this will all be college-related sports stuff. Austin Peay and Central Arkansas played Saturday night to kick off the college football season, and it was a great game. Central Arkansas kind of dominated the first, or not Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas was being dominated the first half, and they ended up coming back and winning against Austin Peay. Central Arkansas was favored by, I think, 2.5 originally. But I might be able to get my gambling expert on here, maybe, if he would respond. Um, and maybe we can go over some of the college um, lines for the upcoming games this week. Speaking of that, I will have the rest of the final predictions for the group of five on Wednesday when we go live Wednesday afternoon. Let's see. That's all on that one. Jamar Chase has opted out of this season. The wideout for LSU will not play in the 2020 season. He is ranked number 4 overall as the prospects in the 2021 NFL draft class by Tom McShay. He was also very high in the receptions for Joe Burrow last year, and we'll see if he does get highly picked this year. One second. I'm going to see if my gambling expert, or he's not really an expert, he does a lot of stuff. But until I get a response from him, we're going to continue on with the NCAA stuff. Ex-players from Oklahoma's women's basketball program have cultural concerns about the program, with the coach after she issued an apology to former players, just with the facts of her, with what she's done in the past. So, with they say they have experiences of racial insensitivities with the program. And then this also was announced. This happened this morning. So there was a total of 4 significant deaths over the weekend. 3 in the sports world. 2 in the college sports world with this one. It was former Georgetown head coach John Thompson, who passed away at the age of 78. He won the 1984 national championship with the Hoyas. He was also the first ever African American head coach to win a national championship as a head coach. So now we're going to move on to the NFL real quick. The NFL is planning extensive content around racial injustice for week 1 of the regular season, which is really good. I think that their plans were really good to begin with, but now they seem to be extending what they're going to be doing with what happened over the weeks past, just recently with the shooting up in Wisconsin. I think this is really good. And also, the Patriots are having troubles filling potential spots that were left by Rob Gronkowski when he left, when retired still. But now, even that he's back and they traded his contract to the Bucks so he could come out of retirement, they're still having trouble filling that spot overall. And then also this morning, it was announced that the Jaguars released running back Leonard Fournette. He was the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft. He rushed for 2,631 yards and 17 touchdowns in his 3 seasons there in Jacksonville. And it's just been interesting to see all the different things that have gone on with him. And he had that after, like, I think it was his first season. He went away and, like, over the off season got better, and then now it seems like the Jaguars are also trying to maybe tank for Trevor Lawrence, but we don't know exactly. Now we're going into the WNBA NBA stories. Let's see. Obviously, Saturday, Sunday, the playoffs resumed after the boycott. The WNBA resumed on Friday with games, even though employees were striking on Friday from both leagues. Let's see. That's all baseball. Two of the players for the Chicago Sky have left the bubble down there in Florida. One is out for the season with a knee injury, and one left for personal reasons. Cliff Robinson also was the one other player that passed away over the weekend. He was 54. He's a former NBA All-Star, played in the 90s. The NBA paused for moment of silence during the Bucks and Magic game to pay tribute to him, Lute Olson, and Chadwick Boseman before the game on Saturday. And then the Pistons hired Ryan West, who is a former exec for the Lakers, for a front office role in their organization. Okay. Luka Doncic took a shot from Marcus Morris Sr., and who was assessed for a flagrant foul, who was then ejected. Marcus Morris was. Okay, and now we're going to wrap things up with the MLB as we are at about 4:15. The trade deadline is about 13 minutes over. I don't know if we shouldn't be getting any more trades. I doubt. But we're going to go through. This is from Thursday when we were done on Thursday. So the Red Sox and Blue Jays postponed their game to protest the social injustice. The current Mets GM, Brody Van Wagner, apologized about his remarks about Rob Manfred and now says walkout idea came from the COO. So he had made some remarks earlier in the day about a press conference. Oh, something I forgot to say in the NCAA stuff, because it's at the bottom of this screenshot, is that the Big Ten is in talk to return, at least for football. I'm not sure if it's for everything exactly, but they are in talks to return possibly for Thanksgiving. Now, some stuff has came out since then that they are possibly maybe in October or sometime in November. There's no exact set date. They are just talking in general on coming back now for a fall season. Manny Ramirez, who is 48, the former Boston Red Sox pitcher, or not pitcher, but yeah, signed to play for Australia's Sydney Blue Sox. So he'll be going over there to play in Sydney. The current owner of the New York Mets is nearing the sale. Billionaire Steve Cohen is finalizing a deal to buy the team, as Alex Rodriguez's group with his fiance has withdrawn their offer. So, and the A's and Astros walked off the field. Both teams took the field and stood in silence for 42 seconds while wearing number 42 jerseys before boycotting the game. Right-hand pitcher for the Red Sox, Nathan Avoya, had last pitched on August 20th and has been placed on the 10-day IL for calf injury. We're going to start getting into some trades now. This was yesterday, the 30th, at 10:39 a.m. The A's Astros. Well, this is not a trade. Sorry, I meant to. So this is before the trade. The A's and Astros postponed the game after a member of the organization tested positive for COVID-19. It's for the A's organization. Now here's the trade at an hour later at 11:35 a.m. The Padres acquired first baseman Mitch Moreland from the Red Sox for outfielder Jason Mozeri and third baseman Hudson Potts. And then today, the Padres also acquired a pitcher, Mike Clevenger, who we have been talking about recently, from the Indians. And then the Marlins acquired outfielder Starling Martina from the Diamondbacks earlier today, about an hour ago. The Rockies acquired an outfielder, Kevin Pillar, from the Red Sox for a player to be named an international slot money. So, and then there was a trade happening right as we were going live. The Cubs acquired lefty reliever Josh Ulcherson from the Red Sox. So the Reds, and it was not named who the Red Sox were getting back in return. Obviously, the Red Sox got rid of some people, and the Padres were looking to, bolster up as they are one of the teams that are looking to, bolster up and make headway into the postseason. It looks like they are probably one of the teams that might, in this shortened season, make a good run at the World Series and possibly win it all. But like I said earlier, we're going to finish the predictions on Wednesday. It might be a longer show. I think I'm going to do both the news on Wednesday along with the final predictions all in one episode. And then that'll be that. And then hopefully we'll go live on Friday this week instead of not going live. I know I went live Thursday, but that was mainly because I hadn't gone live. I had a lot of news, I think, actually. But I think we're going to try and go back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week and stick to that. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, like, comment. Instagram's in the description. And we will see you guys hopefully on Wednesday. Just make sure you check everything to know when we go live. And we'll see you then. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later.